Welcome back to day number 2 of the 12 days of bourbon hunting. And today, Sarah,
we have Little Book the Infinite.
That's right.
Chad, you found this one.
I did, yeah. I took a little journey to Bardstown to James B. Beam Distillery to hopefully find 3 things. I found 2 of the 3, so I can't complain. I called ahead.
You absolutely cannot complain.
No, I called ahead and was actually only expecting 1 of the 3. I still made the trip, but it turned out that they had 2 of 3.
A bonus surprise.
And this was the bonus surprise. It's Little Book the Infinite. It's their infinity barrel, or infinity bottle, basically.
Over 3 generations, right? So there's distillate in here from Booker's days as a distiller, Freddie Noe, and then Freddie Noe.
Yeah, 7 to 20 year stuff. And if you want the official barrel, well, let's get it in our glass first.
Let's get it in our glass, and then you give them the specs.
Then I'll give you the bona fides.
And this is 119.3 proof, for anyone wondering, so getting up there.
I found this, as I said, at the distillery for its MSRP of $200, so I paid the MSRP, so that's,
Okay.
Yeah, well, 7 to 20 year.
And it's for, multiple purposes for the channel, so, okay.
That's right.
We have to be able to tell you about it, I suppose.
So the Booker Noe's component in here is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey aged 20 years. Now, he died in 2004, so this would have been...
Right. We're not sure if it was distilled in 2004 or if it had been vatted before that and it's just been chilling and waiting for projects like this. He passed in 2004, so it's been 20 years.
Freddie Noe's component is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey aged 14 years. Mm-hmm. And then Fred's son, is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey aged 7 years. Then there's a shared family component. I guess Fred and Freddie.
I'm gonna guess that's when Fred and Freddie were like, both in.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon aged 8 years.
Okay.
So all of that.
Now we don't get the percentages of how much of each, but I'm sure we can guess that there's more of the 7 and 8 year and less of the 20 year.
Right.
All right, this is my first time having this. So, it's your second time? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not giving off the nose of a 20-year bourbon.
No, but there's definitely some older age components in there that are kind of coming through.
A lot of caramel and vanilla.
I think, a lot of caramel and vanilla, typical. There's a depth to it that I think is coming from that 14 and 20 year. Almost a little bit of tobacco, super rich,
Okay, I was going to say...
chocolate or brown sugar.
A little bit of nuttiness.
A hint of that, which I would expect, nothing less from a Beam product.
It's not a Booker. It's just not.
It's not a normal Booker's. Mm-hmm. It's not peanut buttery.
Right. Well.
Yeah, I'm not getting roasted peanuts or anything, but there is sort of almost like a pecan note or something in there.
Yeah, I would say so. Pecan or walnut. To your health. You're on day 2.
Wow.
Whoa. More of a nuttiness on the palate.
That is some intense stuff, and I wasn't expecting to feel that way at the 119.3 proof.
Almost 120, which is a Knob Creek single barrel.
Yeah, that packs a punch, and you definitely get the oak of something 14 to 20 years old. Now, if I were to say exactly where, I couldn't say. It tastes like it would be on average 16 years and 8 months. I don't know. I can say that it's not over my oak threshold, but it is approaching.
Well, while you were talking, I had a Kentucky hug moment.
I saw something happen.
Yeah, it traveled down and it started to spread out, which I love when that happens. Very welcomed. I'm sitting with the finish here. Sarah's second sip, Sarah, of course, going in. Yeah, that oak sticks around in the palate, but the initial sort of heat, and we don't mean that in a bad way, but there is
heat on this, though. The
heat and the spice died off, and now I'm just sitting with that nice sort of oak and a little bit of nuttiness in the finish.
I think is very long. I'm still I've obviously had a second sip, but it's lingering as I'm talking. It feels like I just took my sip, and it's been, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I still haven't gone in for my second, and I won't until I tell you about whiskyambitions.com. It's our home on the internet where you can get the Glencairns we're drinking from, the hoodie and hat that I'm wearing, Sarah, the t-shirt that you're wearing. And until December 17th, 2024, we have additional holiday sales, including a buy one, get one half off on our Elemental Elixir cocktail syrup. Deals on these Glencairns and other sales. That's all. You should go check it out and see what you can find at whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month and come along with us in 2025 for after the episode exclusives, barrel picks, and more.
And we'll be right back. Sarah, one thing that let's talk about is the box.
Chad's favorite part.
there's no back. But it's a different way to get into it. You pull this up, it's a thing. It's a whole secret system. Now the secret's out. And you can't get it back in. No.
In addition to the box, let's talk about a couple of the other little marketing details.
Let's do that.
It's 3 generations. There are, I don't know if this is intentional, but I assume 3 pieces of
there's normally 2, so yeah.
Kind of ribbon hanging down, so there's that little nod. There's a 2 barrels next to each other on this little emblem, which creates an infinity symbol. So you've got some stuff like that going on. A little envelope, like this tag attached to the neck is actually an envelope, and you open it up and it tells kind of the story that Chad relayed to us before.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of little details going on here. What did this run again?
200.
Okay. I mean, again, for something that has up to 20-year-old in it, we know that's not the vast majority of what's in here.
Well, also look at it, devil's advocate, love to play it. If they decided to age state this, it would have to have a 7-year on it, because that is the youngest in there.
And that seems
that's
outrageous.
That's why they
didn't.
Yeah.
That seems outrageous.
Right.
For a $200 product.
Yeah.
But considering people who are super Beam fans, think fondly of the Booker Noe days, it's just a little piece of that. It's a little piece of history, I guess.
Maybe one of the last ones.
It is also, marketing speak.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I think the quality is really great.
I haven't even had my second sip, folks.
Oh gosh. All right, I'll go for my third.
Even better with the second sip. Wow. It's got a great mouthfeel. We should also talk about that. It's got a hell of a mouthfeel.
I wish it stayed. It's kind of oily up front. I wish that stuck around for longer, but the spice comes in.
It gets in the way, doesn't it?
And it's dry oak, which again, for this level of oak, it has tannins. A dry spice comes in. It gets a little dry. It gets a little hot. I like a powerful beam product, though. I like a high-proof, punchy beam product. So this is up my alley, but if those things aren't for you, this one might not be for you.
I might drop a few drops of water in this
That's kind of what I was thinking.
See what happens. But I also want to talk about how in the speak here in the envelope, it was talking about how this is the first edition and there will be others. I don't know if it would be called the Infinite every time, or if that name will change.
Well, they described it kind of like an infinity bottle, but I guess that's just the blend of the generations. I wonder if they held some back from this first blend. It sounded like he was going to keep adding to it based on where the taste goes.
Sort of like almost like a Solera, like you keep some behind and you add more to it, and then...
That's what it sounded like in the marketing speak.
I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
Do you know? Put it in the comments.
Of course, there's the other little book that comes out annually. I think we're on year 8. Yeah, batch 8. Batch 8. So maybe they're talking about with the addition of the yearly little book, there will be a little book LE every year, and they might be continuing with this Infinite series, or it might be something completely different. We'll have to find out next year, I guess.
We'll just wait and see.
Or next time we see Freddie, we'll ask him.
But it sounds like something that you didn't expect to get. I'm sure happy that you were able to come across it on your hunt.
When I asked them on the phone, they, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I was looking for Old Granddad 16-year, this guy, and the Booker's LE of the year, and they said they had the Old Granddad. So I still took the trip, just expecting to see that, and then boom.
And then there it was.
So
it was fate.
It was meant to be. This is delicious. I like this a lot.
It's nice.
Oh, water. Let's do water. Sarah, speaking of things that are available on whiskyambitions.com, we have our Glencairn tasting kit. Tasting set, which comes with one of these and four of those in a lovely gift case.
Okay, QVC.
All right, that's 4 drops.
Thank you.
Now, normally when adding water, you want to let it sit and mingle for, maybe about 5-10 minutes if you can. We don't have that time.
We don't have that kind of time here. We have more bourbons to hunt. We don't have time for that.
That's right.
Oh, is it a couple drops of water?
I think it's a couple drops of water. It really took the heat. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Sarah, but I just did, or influence you. It really took the heat away. And it's just that it didn't hurt the mouthfeel, which sometimes water will do. You don't agree.
I don't. I liked the texture better before the water, and then it almost cut out those really nice flavors in the middle and went straight into a finish where it was a little bit mostly just barrel char and a little bit of bitter.
Well, how's the heat level? How did it affect the heat level?
I still wanted to go at the end.
How many drops did you put in?
About 5.
Okay, I put 4 in. I think 5's too many.
It's still good. I just liked it better before.
Okay. I actually like it with a few drops of water.
Well, to each his own.
Experiment as you will. Well, hey, that's where we better leave it. If you haven't subscribed already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here, and we'll help see if they're in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, see y'all tomorrow. Until then, drink more bourbon.